This is more or less like a forewarning for my Libras, in the sense that honey attracts flies.
Watch them grow, perceive, devote. This is the seed, light the show. Watch them grow.
Hello, Libra. Princess Adia here for the 9/9 and 2000 whatnot or whatever. I hope you're doing fine, Libra. Welcome to your September reading. If you guys have not cross-watched the other signs, I don't know if you would have. Did you? I don't know. But the way that we're doing things is we voted on what type of reading you guys wanted, and you guys elected to do a general. So to make it more specific, because we don't know what's going to come up over here on YouTube, and I extended on Vimeo, I'm starting over here with a pick a card. So pick number 1, 2, or 3. I'm going to pick 3 cards, and whichever card is yours is your group, and that's what we're going to go into more specifically in the extended. So I hope you picked your number, because I'm picking cards, dagnabbit. All right, let's see. So if you pick number 1, we have gossip. If you pick number 2, we have complacency. If you picked number 3, we have miracle. So we're going to go into these as your overall energy in the extended, relating that to what's going on over here. But for now, let's jump into your cards. So here's the thing, Libra. Don't be upset with me. My brother's a Libra, so I love you guys. So the funny thing is, sitting here tuning to you guys' energy and whatnot, and I heard a word. The word made me laugh. The word was dissension, right? The thing that I instantly thought about is like, what's new? You know? Libras are typically like indecisive, right? But here's the difference. When we're talking about dissension, right, we're talking about like discord. So this isn't like atypical Libran, you know, should we do Thai or Italian for dinner type of like indecisiveness. This feels more to me more like an external force or circumstance, person, group of people that is coming in and causing dissension within Libra. So it's some external energy. So it's either something that someone is asking of you all, and it's and why I feel like Spirit said dissension as opposed to just like indecisiveness is because it's something that compromises you on a core level. So it's creating a war within, right? To where you're in discord with yourself because of someone outside of you. And it's leaning more to the side of where whatever this is that's tugging on you guys' energy is expecting you to like self-compromise in a sense. So compromise what you feel is right, or compromise what's best for you for the benefit of someone else, right? And I feel that what's important to you guys is so important that you want to hold on to that, but it's almost, I don't want to necessarily say people please, but it's like you want to keep that person or everyone happy, and you're willing to sacrifice what you really want in the process, right? And in reference to that, I don't really know how that plays out for you all, but it's like in reference to that, if you guys are seeking an answer in reference to whatever that is, the answer is the fact that you are in dissension in the first place. And I know that that sounds kind of cryptic, but it's whatever it is that you're seeking in reference to this, whether it's, you know, being there for someone else or whatever, like doing something for someone, whatever this external force is. If it's a choice between you and them, your answer is the fact that you're in discord or in dissension with yourself in the first place. So it's more or less a thing of like, what's more important to you, if that makes sense. Is it better for you to be in discord for the benefit of someone else, or, you know, for someone else to do without and for you guys to be in a state of peace? So however that resonates. So anywho, we're going to ask Spirit to give us clear and direct guidance for my Librans. Please, Spirit, anything they need to know, anything of utmost importance. I ask that that come to the forefront in this here reading, please, Spirit. As always, I thank you in advance, because I know you're good for it. You know what I'm saying? All right. Let's cut the deck. I'm going to let you guys know ahead of time I'm using the After Tarot, and I don't read these in the reverse because they're already reversed. So if you see me flipping cards over, I'm not cheating. do. I don't know why I'm so excited. Okay, so anywho, our overall energy that we have, if I could pick, not necessarily overall, but the situation you guys are in right now, we have the Queen of Wands. It's for you guys needing to step into your power, like I told you, my sweet, precious peoples. And this is challenged by the Ten of Cups. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. If you stand in your power this month, Libra, going back to our whole little, dissension and discord thing. And I said this to, I have a lunch every month with all of the girls I went to graduate school with. I'm saying girls, they're grown-ass women. But anyway, sorry about that, Libra. I got a phone call. To remember to do the do not disturb thing, and I do not, what was I even saying? Oh, Lord. I really got to put this on and do not disturb. I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh, the lunch. Okay, yeah. So every month, me and the women that I went, because I said girls, but anyway. But the women I went to graduate school with, we have a lunch every month. And last month, and I ran into one of my subbies. Hi, Diamond. How you doing? I don't know if she's a Libra, if she would even watch this, but I would tell y'all to tell her, but I don't think y'all would know her. I mean, if you know Diamond, tell Diamond that I talked about her in the Libra video. But anyway, moving right along. So we go to lunch. And at the lunch, we were talking about, just like times in our life of like self-compromising. So kind of going into what I was saying about you all before, like that whole dissension within self because it's trying to choose between yourself and other people. And the thing that we were talking about was that, when we were a lot younger, how we would put up with a lot of things from other people because you kind of felt like you had to, because that's what good people do and that's what you're supposed to do. And, if you're a good friend, you're going to do this and stuff. And you don't necessarily think about what's in your best interest, right? And one of my homegirls, I don't know if she want me to say her name and stuff, but anyway, one of my homegirls was saying that in reference to when she's like dating and stuff like that, that it literally only takes a person to do something that kind of puts her antennas up to where now she'll start to kind of step back. So she's like, whereas years ago, I would give people countless chances. It kind of goes into that whole saying of like, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. Like that's pretty much the essence of it. Of like now, as opposed to a person doing something that's harmful to you, or a person putting you in a position to where you would self-compromise and they're not really taking into consideration how being in, triangulated in a sense in a position to where you have to self-compromise, where that's not a priority to them, how she learned over the years that should be a priority to herself. So she doesn't give a person countless chances to do that. And that's kind of what it is that I'm seeing here for you all with the Queen of Wands. It's more or less in September, the main focus for Librans is going to be stepping into your power and having the courage to do so. So if you guys are in like a position where a person, they're not blatantly asking you to self-compromise, but you guys find yourself in a situation to where you're in a state of unrest within because of something that someone outside of you is asking of you, what you want to do, like what the challenge is, that kind of leads into what I was saying with my cohorts, is the Ten of Cups. The challenge to overcome is for you guys to, and I feel like this is kind of like a, I don't want to say a rebirth. No, not rebirth, like emergence would be the proper word for it. It's more or less knowing that what's important to you, what you value matters, you knowing this first and you not compromising that for the sake of other people, and however that kind of pans out, whether it's someone, like micro level asking you to do something that's out of alignment with your moral system or belief system, or if it's you compromising your truth, like hiding your authentic self for the benefit of society or other people. Because I say emergence, so it's like a coming out. It's almost like this month for Libra is all about coming out of the proverbial closet and being unashamed and having the courage, and I don't know why I want to say nobility, It's very regal. But it's like having the courage to stand firmly in your truth or for your truth. And because I feel like it's almost like you guys self-compromise a great deal. It's almost like you put yourself on the back burner for other people. But I feel more or less it's like the harmoniousness in your life is going to come from within. So it's like healing that dissension within and you guys being in a balanced place within. So aligning with what it is that you're wanting to bring from within out. It's like that's what I challenge is with the 10 of Cups. But I feel a lot of this is heavily related to either family of origin or friend groups, or it could even be as big as society at large, right? So it's more or less Libra choosing themselves over other people because Libra has a history of choosing other people over Libra. I hope that makes sense. Anywho, past influence we have the Tower. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that's the dissension. Hell Jesus, what happened? Well, that makes perfect sense. Okay, so Libra, you guys had a Tower moment, you know, just saying, throwing that out there. If you didn't know, I mean, it's in your past influence. So I'm pretty sure coming into September, you know, which kind of makes what I said in the beginning make sense. So here's the thing. Similar to what I said with Pisces, because I love how there's like one little nugget of truth from each reading that I'm carrying over. Similar to what I said with Pisces, this is things falling apart so things can fall together. So this really does have a lot to do with you guys standing on something. Man, this is really like divine intervention from spirit. I'm not even joking with all signs. All right. Okay, so I'm seeing something else. Okay, how can I say this? All right. I'm going to tell you what I'm seeing. So what I'm seeing is, I'm seeing a Libra person, like, right? Just like skipping along on this light little path, you know, whistling Dixie. You're just like, life, da 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 da, right? Then all of a sudden there's like this big, huge, dark cloud, right? That's where the dissension is, right? On the other side of this dark cloud, it's light again, right? So how I'm seeing this is more or less prior to this Tower moment happening, everything seemed fine with you all, right? But it's like I feel, man, this is weird. I love these readings this month because they're so deep and I love the depth. But I know Libras want you to get to the point because my brother's a Libra. Did I say that already? I might have, I don't know. Anyway, there's something attached to you guys, not saying that you have an entity attachment, but there's something like energetically a new cycle came in for Libra. And this is a lot like how I said with Pisces. When we're talking about things that are happening in 5D transitioning into 3D, it's almost like there's a liaison phase and then there's a polarity. So how things look in 5D could be good, but how they manifest in 3D could be bad. And I'm saying that illustratively, hence our Tower, right? What lies behind this in 5D is like good, right? So what it may look like to Libra is something really bad. But the thing is what I want to say here, because I feel this more for an individual Libra, and then I feel it for a Libra who would be watching this in relation to other people, whether it's friends, family, jobs, whatever, right? So for an individual Libra, this is a personal revolution. I wouldn't even say evolution. It's a personal revolution. So it's an upheaval within the self, right? And a new cycle has started in your life in like, you know, a karmic sense, because it has a lot to do with timeline shifts and stuff and like all these planet transits and stuff we've been having because we're going into the whole 2020 thing or whatever. So there's a lot of stuff, a lot of things are shifting. But for the individual Libra, it's a false foundation of the self that you built your life on. So that to me is more or less like showing up in life as a false version of yourself or hiding your truth. And the first thing that'll come to me is like sexuality. Like if a person's hiding their sexuality, and because it's like how I said with the 10 of Cups, how this could be like micro level, like immediate circle, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, brother, sister, mom, dad, friend group, or as big as society at large, right? It's having this energy that's supportive from spirit to start a new cycle, but it's something from your past that you brought with you. So whether that be a person, people, talking about the other group of Libra people, or the one person where it's just an internal belief system, a false foundation of the self, that's what's crumbled. And that's like the dark cloud that I'm seeing that's causing the dissension. But I feel heavily this is intricately aligned to people pleasing and self-compromise, right? So the whole thing is coming into September, the lesson that's going to be being learned by my Libra people is how to stand in your power, in your truth, and knowing that you have the ability to do that. But I feel the inner work that needs to be done in reference to that is more or less either finding out what that is, or tapping into this Queen of Wands energy, this inner strength and courage to be able to step out into that or stand up for yourself, in so many words. Our root influence, we have the 10 of Swords. So with this, that's the dissension. This is what it is. All right. Well, hello. So I love how Spirit is putting all of the minor arcana, major arcana card combinations that, like, I see like this whole hidden frequency with it. I love how Spirit is just like, you know, bringing these up. So 10 of Swords in the Tower. To me, this is minor arcana version of the major arcana version, right? So this is like the higher frequency, 5D frequency. This is like 3D matter frequency, right? So in the 5D, what we're doing is the Tower is falling because this is like, oh my God. I love this, but I'm trying to get to the point. But I love that all of this stuff is coming up. So I study tarot in a myriad of different ways, not just from what I see intuitively, but literally historically. And for like a whole year, a couple of years ago, I studied the medieval interpretations of tarot. And I'm actually going to do that. One day I'm going to do a reading of all of the, like with the original Rider-Waite. And I'm going to do a reading of like the medieval things, and it's going to scare everyone to death, so don't take it seriously when I do it, but I'm just saying. But anyway, so in medieval times, this card was called, like, it was called the Tower, but I mean the meaning of it was like the house of God, right? So it was more or less about like revolutions and people rising up. It was about like the meaning of it was symbolically about like tyrants, right? So if you think about like a monarchy and a tyrant who, you know, took hold of the people and suppress them in a sense, it's like the Tower was like the uprising. It was the revolution. It was fighting against the man, so to speak. And that's what I feel like is happening with you guys, but I feel that you're not necessarily seeing it that way. I feel that the thing that's falling apart, or the thing that's falling out of Libra's lives, or this, if it's not in relation to other people, the discord within the self, that is a sign of something that needs to die off in a sense, right? But I feel that you guys, out of fear, are more or less fighting to hold on to this. But the reason why this is happening, and dog, this is so beautiful, because this is just like the vision that I'm seeing. You know what I'm saying? It's like this happy little light road, you know, and then there's the darkness, and then we're going back to the light. You know what I mean? But anyway, but the whole thing I'm saying is here, I feel like you guys are fighting like it's a resistance to not release whatever this is, or just kind of confusion within. But the whole purpose of this is that this is happening for your highest good, because the whole purpose is more or less like prepping you for this new cycle. But I don't know, it's almost like you guys are trying to drag a dead body from the past with you. And it's kind of like, if you were to look around, you would see like it's the rotting corpse that's funking up the place and causing this dark cloud. So it's like, let it go, Libra. I'm just saying. Anyway, your above energy that we have is the 7 of Cups. So what we're talking about here, it's the fact that as soon as you guys step into your power, and I'm hearing this two different ways. As soon as you step into your power, the blessing about this is that there's going to be a myriad of different options that you guys have to choose from. And then for others of you, it's like relationships. Transitionally, the energy is there. Okay, oh God, this is so hard to get out of my mouth. Damn you, September, with my communication this month. I'm thankful for Spirit, though. Spirit, can I just say thank you? I want to give gratitude for the fact that this month getting these readings out has been very hard, because my mind and my mouth are in discord. but I love the fact that Spirit is giving me so many visuals to explain what it is I'm trying to say. So that's why I'm telling so many stories. But the thing that I'm seeing is like a person, like, okay, Superman, right? Like, you know how Superman is like wearing the suit and then like he rips off the suit and you see the S on his chest, right? When he's going into Superman mode. That's what I'm seeing for y'all. So it's like the energy of everything you are, like your greatness is already here, but it's masked, right? And it's almost like somebody who's trying to pull your shirt open to reveal the S on your chest, and it's like you're fighting it. So it's still this thing of personal accountability where I'm stopping it, right? But the thing I was about to say is, for some of you, this is a lot of why I'm saying that really. It's like it's a moth to a flame kind of thing. It's like you guys are either afraid of your power, or you have a false belief that's leading you to believe that's, I don't know, like something is wrong with your power or your gift. And some of you, it might be actual spiritual gifts. And I feel you on that. I've been there. You know what I'm saying? When I was 8 and I'm sitting up here talking about my dead uncles coming in my room and everybody's telling me I'm evil and things. I mean, I understand. But anyway, moving right along. But it's something that you're ashamed of that you shouldn't be ashamed of. And the reason why all of this stuff is happening, because it's almost like a diamond under pressure. Like you put coal under pressure and it creates diamonds. Like that's the process that you guys are in. But I feel because this energy is here, thank you, Spirit, this is where it's coming in. There's a moth to a flame energy that's happening with Libras, but it's almost as if Libra is oblivious to their flame because something in your life has made you think something's wrong with this flame, so you're covering it, right? But it's like fire is what it is, and fire, regardless if it's behind a window or whatever, a moth is going to be attracted to it. Now, where this needs to be taken into account is with offers and stuff that are coming into you guys this month. And the main thing that I'm hearing is when it comes to relationship partners, because you guys are illuminating power, or when you do step into your power, a lot of opportunities are going to be coming into you. But the thing that you guys need to be wary of is you need to dig deeper. Like if someone's offering you like a contract or something like that, like in business, or it's like, I don't know, if you're in the modeling or something along those lines and you're being offered contracts or being offered gigs. If you guys are thinking about hiring, I don't know why it's even going this way, but an agent or an accountant or something about bringing people into what it is that you're doing, because it's something you guys are birthing forward, whether that's in an individual sense or if it's in an individual sense, or if it's you, like a personal revolution, like, you know, working on yourself, or if it's you working with other people. It's like there's a need to look beneath the surface. Because you guys are on fire this month, it's like there's gonna be some people who are coming in like leeches trying to siphon your light. And that's what it is you have to be aware of. And that's like what I'm seeing with the 7 of Cups. So even for those of you, if it's like exes that are coming back, like people from your past that are just coming back out of the blue, it's like dig deeper, because I feel that this could potentially end up being a dark distraction. You know what I mean? Because it's like you guys are coming into a better place in your life and better energy. But it's like, you know, everything is this opposing polar energy that we're dealing with in this realm. So it's like my is not is paradigm. When you're calling something into your life manifestation wise, the is not has to manifest before the is, because the universe likes to fill voids. So I feel like you guys are kind of in a delicate state right now, and you want to be vigilant in the fact that the wrong people or opportunities that really won't pan out will be coming to you. Thank you, Spirit. And where that ties into that dissension, it's meaning listen to your intuition, because it's like you guys have already made it out of hell and high water. And it's like you're ready for a new beginning, like the person that I saw like skipping in the sunshine, and then this dark cloud. So that dark cloud, it's almost, it's not really a test, but I mean, that's how we make sense of things that happen in life, because it's that is not is paradigm. It's that energetic exchange. The is not that's coming before the is, and we kind of personify it as tests. But this is more or less like a forewarning for my Libras, in the sense that, you know, honey attracts flies. I hope this is making sense, y'all. Honey attracts flies. So it's like y'all are coming into a good time, but just be leery of that, because it's people who are trying to take from you. So where that ties into that dissension is the fact that the unrest that you feel is like your intuition saying that something about this might not be quite right. So don't hop on the first opportunity that comes. It's like dig deeper, if that's making sense. God, I hope that makes sense. Next, we have the Knight of Cups, and this is exactly what the hell I'm talking about. Okay, thank you. The whole lesson in all of this is, Libra, your schematic to know if something is right for you or not, because it's a lot of options and opportunities y'all are going to have going forward. And I mean, this can range into a myriad of different things, but there's a lot of opportunities that you guys are going to have going forward. But I feel like with this Knight of Cups for me, and looking at this with the Seven of Cups, it's like it's going to be a whole lot of, like, you know, debonair, sweep you off your feet. And not saying this in a sense of love, but it's just like, I don't know, Rico Suave kind of freaking opportunities. And not just talking about love wise, but saying in life in general. It's almost like something that's too good to be true, or, you know, a once in a lifetime chance, an offer that you just can't pass up. And the thing that I'm saying is there's something specifically that Spirit has for you guys, but it's like, don't fall for the dud. And the way that you know that it's a dud is the dissension that you feel, because this opportunity is either going to put you in a position to where you have to compromise your truth, or compromise your morals, or compromise what you believe is right. You know what I mean? Or it's some form of self-sacrifice for the benefit of someone else. So the whole thing of what I'm saying is dig deeper. Like, y'all have already been through enough. You have the power, you have the ability. It's time for you guys to kind of crack chrysalis and for your truth to come out. But it's just beware of the offers that are coming to you guys this month, because some of them are going to be duds. And it's going to have a lot to do with people wanting to, like, extort you. And why this is so important is because the people who resonate with this, you guys have a history of people taking advantage of you. And now it's time for that cycle to stop. Whew. God, I hope that made sense. We're going to throw the dice of resonance. And I think this is funny because, Libra, y'all are... I've done the readings one way up until y'all's reading, and it's like right before I started y'all's, Spirit gave me a different spread to do. And in the extended, it's like I'm pulling more cards. So we have these 3 cards for the 3 groups, but what I'm doing is I'm getting more specific in the extendeds. So the spread that I'm using on YouTube, it's not the same spread that I'm going to be using in Vimeo. I don't know why that happened like that. Literally, as soon as I sat down, I saw 2 different spreads. So, hey. So y'all's extended is going to be a lot different than everyone else if you cross-watching and things. But we're going to throw the dice of resonance. You can ask a yes or no question. This is funny. I got really quiet just now because they'll find out about this later. I'm picking up on the energy of one of my patrons, which is funny. I'm going to have to sit with that after I turn this off. They'll find out tonight when we do our live. All right, ask a yes or no question. So we have yes, we have Taurus, we have Scorpio, we have coworker boss, and we have question mark, which means it could be sun, moon, rising, Venus, what have you. So yes, Scorpio, Taurus, coworker boss, and question mark. That's fascinating. Man, this energy in September is something else, man. So now we're going to throw the dice that have no name. I keep trailing off because it's like I'm getting downloads. Sorry, y'all. The dice that have no name. Let's see, we have 11, gateway. What the heck is that? Oh, that's Capricorn. They made that look so weird. Okay. And then I have no idea what that is. I'm not even going to try to front. That's Saturn. Oh, that's why this is happening. Oh, wow. Okay, Libra, this makes sense. Okay. Yeah. Okay, because Saturn is kind of like the trickster. You know, I look at my homeboy here, you know, Papa Legba, you know. It's like Papa Legba and, you know, it's a whole West African Yoruba tradition, blah, blah, blah. It's like the Orisha that is the trickster, right? And it's more or less like Ilegba is, you know, anyway, puts humans in compromising positions, like the dissension that you guys are in. Like, he puts you in compromising positions to bring your truth forward. Oh my gosh, this is so freaking dope. And that's like the whole, I'm not even going to go into the whole tradition of it, but anyway, but that's what the whole purpose is of that particular Orisha. It's putting humans in compromising positions, like in crossroads or, you know, situations where kind of like the lover's card, you have to choose between two paths or whatever, hit or hard decisions and stuff. And the purpose of that is to bring the truth that is hidden within you to the forefront, right? So it's kind of like if a person drops their wallet, right? And you see the person walking away, but you see a whole bunch of money hanging out of the wallet. It's like that's one of those compromising positions. Are you going to take that wallet and walk away, or are you going to run behind that man and give him his wallet back, right? Whichever you choose to do, your choice is what reveals the truth about who you are, right? And that's like the position that you guys are in. Now, that being Saturn energy, and Saturn being about the station direct, like what I was talking about timelines and shifts and like all this energy that's shifting and stuff like that. That's the purpose of all of this happening, because it's supposed to get everyone to where they need to be going into 2020, like getting you guys in alignment. So Saturn coming out makes total sense of why it is that this is freaking happening, and this is dope as hell. Anywho, Saturn calls attention to the importance of your life and experience on this physical plane. It calls your attention to concentrated experiences and learning, which can only be awarded to the soul via a physical experience. It is in the perceived absence of who I am that we learn who we are not. The soul only knows itself conceptually. And that's why, like, a lot of people have that theory about Earth School. It's not really so much Earth School, because we're not here to learn anything per se, because in an energetic soul sense, you know all there is to know. You even know the unknowable, right? And in a soul essence, right? But it's when we come into matter that we forget the authentic origins of our truth. And that's where I feel like, because we could talk about, like, you know, birthing what's within you out. And we could say this in a very superficial sense of, oh my gosh, Libra, you're so creative. And like, it's your creative talents that are emerging. No, it's so much deeper than that. What you're doing is birthing your soul, your true essence forward. In every single compromising position that you have been in your life, every unrest, every dissension that you feel, the sole purpose of that is to birth your soul forward. It's for you to remember who you are, because that's really what life is about. It's not about learning who you are or figuring out who you are. It's remembering who you are, right? And when we say remember, we're talking about in the sense of recalling your authentic truth, right? And how that authentic truth is remembered is by these experiences that, you know, in the Yoruba tradition, that the Orisha would be, Legba would be teaching you, is by putting you in these positions where, are you going to go this way or that way? Whichever one you choose, that's a truth that you're creating by your choices. And the question now becomes, are the choices that I'm making in alignment with my truth? Are the people I'm choosing to be around? Is the job that I'm choosing to do? Is the creative project that I'm putting my energy in? Is the partner that I chose? Are these external things a reflection of my inner truth, right? And if it's not, or because it's not reflective of your authentic truth, it's making the decision to scratch all of that and to start making decisions and aligning with things that are reflective of your inner truth, as opposed to compromising your truth in the benefit of other people, because that serves them, but it's not serving you, right? So when we talk about this in the sense of why it is that we're all here, the purpose of life is to remember who you are, to remember, right? Being an aspect of all that is to remember to all that is, if that's making sense. I love that these readings are getting so deep, y'all, because y'all know this is my realm. I'm so glad that y'all chose these general readings, because they get extra deep, and I live here. You understand what I'm saying? I hang out on the deep side of the pool. I'm just saying. But anyway, and then with you guys getting number 11, your 2 arcanas to meditate on, and Justice, that's all you know, and the High Priestess, because we reduce our 11 down to 2. So those are 2 things for you guys to meditate on. And I look at the High Priestess and Justice as 2 sides of the same coin. The High Priestess is more or less the 5D version of what Justice would be like in 3D. You know what I mean? It's like, it seems like a harsh judgment that's being made, like, because if you think about Judge Judy, and it's like, oh my gosh, she's so mean. You know what I mean? But if you think about it hypothetically, in a sense, that sternness of making great judgments, right? Or being a good judge, it doesn't come from a person's ego. You know what I mean? Because if you notice, Justice is holding the sword and the scales, right? So that's balance, the sword of truth that cuts, marrow from bone, like the Bible says, right? And then we talk about the scales. It's like, that brings us back to like ancient Egyptian culture, right? If you think about Mayat and the weighing of the heart against the feather. You know what I mean? It's discernment is what that is symbolic of. I don't know how this got so deep, Libra, but I'm loving it. I'm loving every minute of it. But it's discernment. So if you think about why, if you look at Justice as a person, the reason why she's so much of a good judge of character is because the High Priestess is behind her, telling her what's behind the veil. And that's the reason why the judgments are final and so brash, right? And that's what all of this is. And all of these readings are putting personal accountability back in the hands of all of my subbies. It's saying that life is not just some random happenstance thing that's occurring. It's like, this is something that you very much have a hand in. It's not happening to you, it's happening for you. But it's when you remember who you are, you understand that. But it's like, as long as you believe that people are taking advantage of me, why is this happening to me? This is so unfair. Life is so unfair. I think God hates me. As long as you stay in that mind frame, it means you're not really awakened. You're not really enlightened. You're not really woke. Because if you were, you would know that it's so much bigger than that. You know what I mean? You would understand that everything from the moment that you wake up, even while you sleep, from the moment that you put your feet on the ground, everything that befalls your path is always happening for your highest good, because this is merely just a play, right? And you are the star of this play. Me, your mom, dad, everyone else, we're just co-stars. We're just doing what it is you need us to do for you to remember who you are. And this is something that you've orchestrated since the beginning of time. You were in cahoots with Spirit to create your birth chart, to give you the characteristics that it is that you have, for you to decide to be a Libra somewhere in your chart, and to watch this reading and for me to be telling you this. This is all you. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so that's what we're talking about here. It's you guys understanding that everything is happening for you to remember who you are. And that's what y'all are coming into this month. So what we have for the number of 11 is, where are you manifesting from? Where, Libra? Where are you manifesting from? I'm just saying. You want to manifest from a place of balance. I'm just saying. But anyway, that's all I got for you. It's a lot. Whew, that got deep. I love it though. But anywho, going over to Vimeo. If you're about that life, follow me over there. If not, I still love your face. And I will see you guys sooner than later. Deuces. Overall theme or energy for this month, there's a lot of envy and jealousy for where you guys are going, but I feel like you guys are oblivious to that. It's almost like you're amazing, but you don't see how amazing you are. It's dark forces that are coming onto your path. Spirit is trying to give you guys a heads up.